Welcome to tonight's meeting of the Oakland Mills Community Association Village Board of Directors. We're going to start with our usual administrative items, the first being approval of minutes from the April 28th, because I made a mistake, and May 12th, 2026 board meetings. The reason for the approval of April 28th is because I walked out of here with our closed session form the night of that meeting and didn't return it in time to approve the minutes at our May 12th meeting. And of course, we're approving the minutes from our May 12th meeting because that was actually our last meeting. So I'll take two motions. Is there a motion to approve the April 28th minutes? I'll take a motion from Andrew. Is there a second to that motion? You don't get to, sorry. Unless you'd like to join the board.
No.
Okay, I'll take a second from Dan. All right, all in favor? 1, 2, 3, I believe that's 400 on April 28th. Okay, for May 12th, is there a motion to approve those minutes? Look, everyone's like all excited. I'm going to take a motion from Paulette. I think I saw her go first. And is there a second? I'll take the second from Dan. Any discussion of those minutes? There are more thumbs up than people here. All in favor? All right, I'm taking that as a 400. Okay, next up is approval of the minutes for tonight's board meeting. For tonight's agenda, the agenda for tonight's board meeting. Is that, see, I'm out of my rhythm because we approved 2 minutes and now I'm not going to be right.
Keep doing minutes?
I'm going to be off for the rest of the night now. Is there a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting? I'll take a motion from Andrew. I'll take a second from Dan. Any discussion of tonight's minutes? Tonight's agenda? See, I can't get right now. All in favor? 1, 2, 3. Oh, now the pictures are moving around. All right, 400.
I haven't seen Dan's like popcorn thing. Oh yeah, that's really fun. He saved something like that.
Okay, resident remarks. If you're online and would like to make remarks, please use the hand raise feature in Zoom. If you're in the room and you signed up, I'll call on you in the order you signed up, but you came in after I took the sheet. Did you want to make remarks as well? Yes. Okay, I'll call on you after. Okay, any online remarks? All right, so for remarks, you get up to 3 minutes to make remarks to the members of the board. 2 of us, plus our village manager, are here tonight, and we have Paulette and Dan and Karen online, and Bill will be joining shortly. He's probably rushing back from soccer practice as we speak. So first up, I have Virginia Ginny Thomas.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. This has been entertaining. I haven't prepared anything because at this point it's like I'm pretty disgusted. We, I think, spent a lot of energy with the so-called CA board last Thursday night. A lot of the former CA reps were there speaking on behalf of the 3 disenfranchised people, but I guess my concern for the village, the last speaker said, well, you don't have a problem. I don't know if you listen to the YouTube thing. You don't have a problem, and this is a former council member. It's very simple. Just appoint a new person. And I kept thinking about that, and it was really getting pretty angry because we've always, I agree, yeah. We've always respected the fact that we encourage people to vote in Oakland Mills. So this is saying your vote doesn't count. It's also saying the village board carries more weight than you as an individual when you're voting, because they will now, her idea was appoint the next CA rep. Well, if that CA rep fights for the people, you'll have to appoint another one probably, because they'll find some ethics thing there, or try to, but pretend there is one. This is so insane that it's really hard to discuss it, but I guess the question for the board is, what can you do in legally in terms of doing something about this and establishing democracy again in Colombia, restoring our rights to representation. We're certainly getting taxed as it is, but we don't have any representation, nor does Long Beach, nor does River Hill. But it's more than that, because these three people were part of a 10-member board. So it's really all of the people in Colombia that maybe agree with them that we should reduce the annual charge, we should make everything more affordable, we should protect open space and not work out contracts with developers, and all of that aren't being represented, at least getting, even if it's a minority discussion, they're not being represented Colombia-wide. And it's just something so insane that it's really hard to comprehend how we're letting it go. So I just want to, wonder what the village board is doing.
Okay,
It may be a rhetorical question.
I have three answers. One probably won't be very satisfying. So let me start with the least satisfying one. We had a closed session at the last meeting, and when we came out of the closed session, I announced in open session that we were securing legal counsel. And that's all I can say about that.
That's a lot
because,
to say. That's
the conversations and what we're doing with legal counsel. So you're going to see a series of closed meetings probably at the end of every session, because we have to discuss in closed session, under, under Maryland HOA law, if our counsel is joining us, it would be consultation with legal counsel.
Yeah.
If we're talking about advice or what we need our counsel to do,
Yeah.
it would be consultation with staff, personnel, consultants, attorneys, or other persons in connection with pending or potential litigation. So that's all I can say about that. I think I kind of addressed this at the last meeting as well. Obviously, that last speaker that night hadn't spoken yet, but I kind of addressed this. When that last speaker said this is easy, the village board can just appoint someone new. It's actually not that easy, because even if we wanted to, we can't, because Karen Emery, per our bylaws, is still the CCR for Oakland Mills. Only the residents of Oakland Mills, only the members of the Oakland Mills Community Association, which is all of you, can remove her. If she were removed, or if she stepped down, then yes, the bylaws say that the village board could appoint a replacement, because we don't do mid-cycle elections, just like we've appointed replacements to village board members who have left us in the middle of a term. But it's not that easy, because the spot is occupied, and our position is we have followed our bylaws, we have followed our election guidelines, and the spot is rightfully occupied. So, my retort to that, which is the same thing I said at our May 12th meeting, is no, it's not a simple matter of our board just deciding we're going to appoint someone new. And then the third part was one of the things we discussed doing to ensure that we have some form of voice at CA until this is all resolved, is we're going to monitor CA agendas, monitor CA meetings, and just like anyone else, right, we can go to a CA meeting and speak out on as an organization on anything they might be discussing or debating, and that gives us 5 minutes, and or we can send written response or written feedback to them to our heart's content. We could write a novel if we want to. So, we're not just going to leave Oakland Mills without a voice at CA. It'll just be a different form of voice until this is resolved.
Well, I want to thank you for the first thing, and I totally agree with you. I'm a little shocked on the second thing, that a council member could falsely represent the truth, because, in terms of what a village can do and can't do. And the third thing, I'm glad you're going to do that. The reality, though, is that board goes into more closed meetings where you wouldn't even know what's going on. They seem to like handling it that way. Your closed meetings on this issue, it's rare that you guys even go into closed meetings.
Mm-hmm.
But this clearly, you have to. So I'm not being critical of what you're doing at all, that's the way you have to do it. But you will have no say at all on closed meetings. We have to resolve this and get our CA rep back, and let the people decide. The same with the other, I hope the other villages are again, following Oakland Mills lead. Okay, you can't say anything, I realize, but
I'll just say I'm in frequent contact with my chair colleagues in Long Reach and River Hill.
thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let me restart the timer now.
It's a tough issue, and I was at the meeting. It's unfortunate that Columbia politics is so contentious, and like a couple of people there said that yeah, it's been like that for a long time. So it's unfortunate. So I mean, I don't know exactly the causes, but yeah, it's kind of a more long-term thought to figure out how it can be fixed.
And actually, respond quickly to what
Yeah.
Andrew said. Actually, I was on a board that we had a majority of the board that got along and really was working on issues. So,
Oh, really? Okay, that's
yeah,
good.
It can be done.
Okay,
It's
good to
the
know.
people have got to learn how to, one, lead in terms of a chair and a vice chair, and not weaponize it on, ethics thing.
Mm.
And two, just care. Oh. Okay. He was gonna hit you with the gavel.
I was just showing an example of good leadership.
Oh. Good entertainment.
Ms. Pat.
Hi, I'm Pat Gilreath. I was at the meeting with CA, and after I left there, I decided, well, now it's time to actually read what they were talking about, all the report that they put out. And I felt that the three that were ousted from the board should have also been upset about what Mike Goldersuch, Goldersuch, I can spell it better than I can say it. What he inserted as an amendment to the report. The other two left it in, but he put the names in. And the names should never, according to their rules, should never have been in that report. And I hope also that with those 0 votes, or 0 points for the CFEO, that they were putting down what he could have done to the so that he was getting some feedback on what was good for them. But
Thank you. Okay, sir, you're up.
Hi,
Hi.
good evening, everyone. I'm Matthew Vaughn Smith. I am an Oakland Mills resident, and I am the president and founder of the Anti-Racist Education Alliance Incorporated. These are my 4 lovely children who live in Thunder Hill. And I'm just here to say thank you. I wanted to formally thank the board for allocating $500 for the community garden that we're going to be starting behind Stevens Forest. We already have several partners who have come on board. The PTA of Stevens Forest is on board. The CEI is on board. We've gotten a grant from Kids Gardening. So we're excited. We'll be at Stevens Forest's springtime.
Chopped liver that Arlene wanted. They didn't have liver today, but I got a potato kniff.
Sorry about that.
We'll be at Stevens Forest's spring community fair and their concert, and we'll be tabling and giving out or having surveys available for the community, because we really do want this to be a community effort, not just a Stevens Forest effort, not just an area effort, but we really want the community to, again, excuse me, I'm talking, friend. Thank you. A community garden where we can center food sovereignty and provide educational resources for the community. So, thank you again.
Fantastic. We're happy to support you.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying your chips? Yummy.
Those are so good.
Yeah. They might make you thirsty. You might want a cup of water too.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah. Are you excited for the garden? Yeah.
Yes.
You're excited
So
for the
we-
garden?
So
Good.
it's behind the school. So if you are, I'm sorry, someone had asked.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine.
So just to give you some ideas to where it is, you can go up. Just to give you an idea of where it is. If you pull into the parking lot of Stevens Forest, get out of the bench. If you pull into the parking lot of the school, the Judy Center's there. You go behind the Judy Center, and it's this large open space. There's already a butterfly garden there for pollinators
Yeah.
that the PTA has started. And then to the left of that, we're going to expand it to be a vegetable garden and eventually a food forest in the last phases.
Nice.
My wife was president of the PTA when they did that pollinator garden, when my older daughter was in first grade and she just finished her freshman year of college. So, yeah. Yeah.
That is awesome.
The pollinator garden has been there for a little while.
So, yeah, thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
And I hope to be able to come back and provide updates as we provide.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you.
I agree.
If you, as it takes shape, if you or the PTA tag Oakland Mills Village and, social media posts,
Absolutely.
Yeah. fantastic. She has a lot, does she want to join us? She has a lot to say. She probably has more intelligent things to say than I do. She wants to, we got two chairs here. All right, Bill.
I have a question, I have a question, clarification on the location of the future location of the community garden. Based on the description I've heard, it sounds like it's going to be behind the baseball backstop over near the hill. Is that correct?
It's gonna be if you're facing the baseball backstop, it's gonna be to the left of it. So it's the pollinator, it's some trees, the pollinator garden, and then the, where the garden's going to be.
Okay, over there, there's I call it a water retention area. And then that might be the garden. I call it a water retention area. And then there are two or three benches over behind the backstop. Is the community garden going to be between the benches and Stevens Forest Road?
The benches at Stevens Forest Road. It will be, I'm trying to visualize where the benches are.
Bill, I think you might be placing it too close to the road. I think
Yes,
it's,
yes.
Here's what I meant. Okay. And it's hard to do without illustration. Just verbally, it's difficult. Okay. I am there's a baseball backstop near what I call the water retention area or a pollinator garden. And if I'm at home plate aside of that backstop, and now I'm looking through the screening of that backstop,
Okay.
I'm looking towards Stevens Forest Road in the direction of Stevens Forest Road. Is the community garden going to be in my line of sight? Once my sight goes through that fencing, I see some benches, I see the pollinator garden or water retention area. The community garden is going to be in that area. In other words, the community garden will not interfere with any recreation on the baseball field, baseball diamond. Is that correct?
That is correct. It will not interfere. Okay.
Excellent. Because that's my main concern, is that we don't sacrifice any recreation area for a community garden. I didn't want it to be either or. I want it to be both and. That we have full recreation as we do there now, and we're adding a community garden over near the pollinator garden and the benches. So based on what you said, I think we're good to go. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for that question.
thanks, Bill. Any other questions?
Karen.
Karen?
Yeah, this is probably already happening, but I just want to make sure. do they have support from the Green Team at the Interfaith Center and Yards Alive?
No,
Yards Alive doesn't know you're doing it, that I know of.
no. But
Okay.
that sounds like a very promising partnership. That we
Yeah,
just-
well, if you're not working with them, I think it would be good for you. Pat Gilreath is sitting right near you. She is your person to talk to about Yards Alive. So that's good. But I want to make sure that you guys have support for the community garden, because there's a lot of people who live in the area who will help you with your community garden to make sure that it keeps going, right? And then the other person you want to talk to at the Interfaith Center is you want to reach out to the Oakland Mills Interfaith Green Team and Hans Plugge, Plugge. You just take a walk up there and ask and get his contact information and talk to the Green Team so that they know about it. And if they can help. I just want to make sure you guys have enough support.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Any other speak out? Going once, going twice? All right, thank you, everyone. Okay, new business. It's our pleasure to welcome back our CA liaison, Marty Oatmans, with our 6 weekly or so
Yeah.
CA update. Come on up, Marty.
Shorter one this time too. Hi everybody, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. So I've got a CA update for you for a few things that are going on. So a couple construction highlights that we've been following. On May 7th, they officially celebrated the opening of the CA Lakefront stage with a ribbon cutting ceremony marking a vibrant new chapter for community arts and programming at the CA Lakefront. And there will be more about some stuff going on here later in my presentation. In addition, the final piece of construction at the lakefront after the dredging and the lakefront stage is the Howard County Veterans Foundation finished the military families monument at the lakefront. The monument's home at the lakefront will serve as a space for reflection and recognition for generations to come of service to our community of our military families. And we have a ton of events, so I'm going to take some time on a lot of the summer events coming up. So first up is at the Columbia Art Center for the rest of the month is the Student and Faculty Art Exhibit. You can go anytime the Art Center is open to tour this, but these are all pieces that were created either by the students or the Art Center faculty. Or team members that work there, and the gallery is awesome if you get a chance to swing by the Art Center, especially if you haven't seen it since the renovation. Our first event is this weekend at the new Lakefront stage, and it's the Summer Block Party Kickoff. It starts at 4:30 p.m. There's food trucks, beer garden, music. So if you get a chance, go check out our first big summer event for Lakefront Live. We have a Heritage Unplugged multicultural event also happening at the Art Center on June 4th from 5:45 to 8 that people can register ahead of time to do, led by Ileana. For those that are 21 and older, the Midnight Mini Golf is kicking off. So the first of the summer events is June 12th to the 13th from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning. So you can get out and they have mini golf, yard and table games, adult beverages from the Sugar Run Bar, DJ, and food trucks at the Midnight Mini Golf event. And you must be 21 to enter. Our second event is the Juneteenth celebration, June 13th, starting at 2 o'clock at the lakefront. And that will also feature, again, the beer garden, drinks, entertainment throughout the lakefront. And then the big 4th of July event So I put a couple important reminders for everybody here. 3 o'clock's when the lakefront opens for blankets and seating. So before that, you'll be asked to move if you try to grab spots. Food trucks start at 5 o'clock and will run till 9. At 6 o'clock, the first band starts. At 7:30 is the second band. And at 9:15, the Howard County Parks and Rec will host the fireworks right at dusk. In addition, what I showed the picture earlier of the lakefront stage, all the CA movie nights are kicking off, and the lakefront stage features a new screen and upgraded sound system. So it's much larger and the sound system is much better. So any of the movies you go down to see this year at the lakefront will be a much better viewing experience than they've been in the past. And they're really excited for this. I'm going to be out there on June 5th for Lilo and Stitch because that is my daughter's. Lilo and Stitch is my daughter's only Disney movie she will watch. So we will be out to see Lilo. Yep. So they've got 3 different Wicked Part 1 and 2, Hamilton. So they got a good selection this year of movies down at the lakefront to go enjoy. And there will also be. It's not up on the site yet, but they just got approval to show some World Cup stuff. So they're going to be hosting at least one night of World Cup soccer down there at some point this summer. And then finally, I just wanted to remind everybody, the pools opened on Saturday, and it was a rainy, wet weekend, but the pool status guide on the website is up with all the pool schedules and availability, and you can get online to check out pool status on the CA website. And then finally, my last update is my daughter, but also they completed the story walk at the Stevens Forest pool, which is about a 1-mile loop around Stevens Forest. And my daughter's first public CA appearance was for the video that just went live today for the CA story walk. And that's her out testing out the new story walk right after it went up the other day. And then for me, any questions? I know we've had a follow-up because of Star Wars last weekend. We went down to the Air and Space Museum, so got a nice picture of the X-Wing at the Air and Space Museum.
You know, this weekend is Star Wars night at the Orioles game, so you can get your
I
Jordan
know.
Westberg Star Wars bobblehead Saturday.
Yeah, we've been thinking about it. I like the dogs in the park.
Yes, Bark at the Park.
Bark at the Park,
There's one
yeah.
coming up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always wait till close to see if the weather's, because unfortunately my big pit bull will die if it's above 70 degrees. And then next time I'm trying to coordinate with Chris to come to the meeting to talk about the rocks.
Okay, great.
So I'll have a little longer around the signs.
All right. Any questions for Marty? I'm not seeing any.
Can
I'm
I
not.
ask what
Yes.
the letters to your, the CP and S?
Community programs and services.
Anything else?
That's all I got. That's it. It's very event focused because we're getting the,
A lot coming up.
there's a lot coming up in the next few weeks. So I want to make sure we got all the events up. Thank you.
Is that downtown or is that the one out
This,
in
this
Dulles?
is, no, this is the main one. They actually have a
Okay.
second X-Wing at Dulles now.
Okay.
So this is the newly renovated Air and Space that just opened up on the National Mall. And then they just redid the whole thing. And then Dulles got the drone X-Wing from Galaxy's Edge in Florida.
Okay.
That was flying over for the grand opening in
Okay.
Florida. So there's a couple of them Star Wars things now you can get at the 2 Air and Space Museums.
I
If you
work
go down
across
to
the
visit.
street from the mall. I work directly across the street from the Natural History Museum, and I never just walk out of the building during lunch and walk into a museum, and I probably should.
Yeah, the Natural History Museum was my daughter's favorite of the day. We thought it would be the planetarium, but it ended up being the Natural History Museum. Dinosaurs. And everybody in that museum knew there were dinosaurs in there.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Thanks
Thank
for
you very
having
much,
me.
Marty.
I'll hang out for the rest of the meeting.
Okay, board chair report. Well, most of my focus the past couple of weeks, given the outcome of our closed meeting, has been the subject of tonight's closed meeting, so I'm not going to say a lot in the board chair report, other than the board will hear more during tonight's closed meeting. Honestly, other than that, I don't have a great deal to report. All else has been, other than that one small issue, all else has been relatively quiet, unless there are any questions for me. Otherwise, unfortunately for all of you, I'm saving the details for closed session.
Can I put a mic in the room here? Didn't say that.
If we get a new board member named Mike.
No, I mean a mic, I was
I
kidding.
know what you mean. I'm making a joke. Oh, I get jokes.
Some of his jokes are funny.
Well, one of every 10. Yeah, your middle name's not Michael by any chance, is it?
No.
No. Okay. All right. No Mike's in the room tonight.
Oh.
Karen, Columbia Council Rep report.
I don't have anything to report tonight. I do want to say this though. I don't know. It sounded like there were a lot of people there, but it was a really humbling experience on the 14th. So many people came out, and I can't tell you how fantastic that was. And so to everybody in the community, if anybody's watching or whoever's in the room there, I just want to make sure that I say thank you. It's been really hard for me to get a newsletter out. I am working on something that I can send out to say thank you to the larger community. But for everybody who showed up, I just thought it was just really nice to see the community so engaged, and Oakland Mills especially just really represented very, very well. Our residents in Oakland Mills, I mean, I always say we're the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, very good.
Thanks, Karen. Okay, Brigitte.
Okay, my manager's report is relatively small. All of our community events are pretty much on, well, Amy's in the planning stages of many of them now. The biggest one we have is Jazz in the Mills. We have an Oakland Mills alumni, and I have HD, it should be HS for high school. I don't know why I hit the D on the report, but anyway, Benji Parecki will be here performing on June 14th, and tickets are still available. In case you don't know, the Farmers Market came back on May 10th and is there every Sunday, 9 to 1. We have begun our busy rental season, and so this June, pretty much, I think there's only 2 Sundays that currently don't have anything rented. So Ellen has been working furiously, and staff has been very busy working those. For the staff and the board, the annual picnic will be on July 19th. It's a little bit later this year because June was so packed. And lastly, I met with Josh Bennett and Rick Diamond from CA to go over the plans for Talbot Springs Neighborhood Center. And currently they are working on permits, but it looks like the renovations will begin in the fall. So that's also very exciting. And that's all I have.
Thanks, Brigitte. Any questions for Brigitte? Actually, one thing I do want to point out, the last bullet here reminded me of that. You know, I know here in Oakland Mills, not everyone is necessarily thrilled with CA these days, but to continue the theme of the last picture of Marty's presentation, you know, it's not exactly the Empire and we're the spunky little Jedis. There are good CA things, you know, happening, and there are CA staff who are, you know, working hard to inform our village and support our village and complete projects in our village. Obviously, Marty is here tonight, and we love it when he joins us and gives updates, and especially when we get to see pictures of his daughter. And I mean, the plans, you know, for that old neighborhood center at Talbot Springs are fantastic. And if you recall, it was only a few years ago where the plans for Talbot Springs was not to have a plan for Talbot Springs. It was to close it and abandon it. And of course, the walk behind, the mile loop behind the Stevens Forest Pool. So, I do want to point out that there are plenty of especially CA staff, still working hard here to, make Oakland Mills and make Columbia a great community and continue to improve and, just keep things current, keep things modern, keep things interesting.
Don't forget, Jonathan, don't forget the playground renovation that's happening too.
Yes, the playground renovations, yes, behind, I guess effectively behind Camelback Lane, shutting down the Gatsby Green tot lot and kind of expanding and enhancing what I just call the Camelback tot lot, kind of a nice trade-off. And, the plans for that look great. So, yeah, still lots of good stuff happening. All right, this is moving right along. We're already so what we do often when here's how a closed session works, and I know people are getting bored of hearing this if you've been in a few of these. When we go into a closed session, we can only have the parties who need to be in the room. So what we do is we have a vote to go to closed session. Once that vote succeeds, we ask everyone who's in the room and doesn't need to be to step out. You're welcome to stay in the lobby. We put everyone online in the virtual waiting room. So we do our bulletin board before the closed session, just in case you don't want to wait around for the end of the closed session. All we do at the end of the closed session is we announce an outcome of the closed session. So you're welcome to wait around after the bulletin board and through the closed session if you want to hear the outcome of the closed session live and in person or live virtually. Or you're always just welcome to go to YouTube and watch the video when it posts in a few days, or look at the check the minutes when we have them at the following board meeting. So we are going to do the board bulletin board now, then we'll do a vote on a closed session. We will unfortunately have to kick everyone out, but like I said, you're welcome to stay if you want to, and then come back in to hear the outcome. Or obviously it'll be available when we publish the videos and everything. So with that said, let's do our bulletin board now in case everyone decides they don't want to stay for when we open back up. Amy, got anything?
Just that I started doing the board bios, starting with Andrew because he got his to me first. I'll probably just go in order of whoever sent it to me. So I'm hoping to have another one up tomorrow and just do one next week.
Cool.
So on Facebook and Insta.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Congratulations to our class of 2026 and your class of 2026 and anyone else who has someone in the class of 2026. The season is upon us.
Nothing
Andrew?
for me.
Okay. Who do we have for Bill? Top left corner?
Nothing.
All right. Karen?
Nothing. I'm good.
Okay. Paulette?
Nothing.
Okay. Dr. Dan?
I also got nothing.
Okay. All right. So next up, we actually have two items, and under Maryland HOA law, they both fall under Part 4, which is consultation with staff, personnel, consultants, attorneys, or other persons in connection with pending or potential litigation. So we have some discussion on the item referenced earlier around CA, and also some discussion on an architecture matter. So we're actually going to go to closed session to cover two topics. So is there a motion to go into closed session for that consultation? I'll take the motion from Bill. I'll take the second from Andrew. Any questions or discussion? Okay, all in favor? Okay, that's 5-0-0, unanimous. So for this closed session, we will have. Good night, everyone.
Thanks.
We will have all voting members of the board with us, our ex officio members, our CCR rep, and our village manager, and that should be it.
Well,
Amy
we
still
can
has to come
we'll
out,
close
so
Yeah, I'll get it.
don't worry about it.
I just let my dogs out into the backyard, so if you see me suddenly hop up and run away, it's because I'm gonna go make somebody stop